Good morning, incredible people. Welcome to The Buzz with Cheryl. And I love you and I'm proud of you. It's good to see you today. It's nice and cold out. I'm sure if you are in the US, you got some cold weather somewhere. If not, God bless you. If you're not in the US and you're having some good weather, God bless you. Anyway, how you guys doing today? I hope you're feeling amazing. Um, I love you and I'm proud of you. And I think you are the best. And I hope you know that. And I hope you can see that. And I hope you are determined to live with that as a fact every day that you are the best. And that no one can take your place. You're just that darn good. So if you feel you're going through some things and you need a little boost, a little pick me up, grab a cookie. Grab a brownie. Maybe I'm talking to myself. Sometimes we just need something, to take the edge off. I'm not, if you're on a diet, just ignore me. Or if you're like diabetic, you're not supposed to, don't ignore me. But you just pinch a piece off. I'll do that. I can live off of a pinch of something for a long time. Like my nephew, um, he's here with me, and he lives here with me, and so I'm diabetic. So I I try to stay away from like usual pops or sodas, and I don't know, wherever you live, you might say either one, but sometimes I just have a taste for some pop or soda pop, whatever you call it, and I'll get a pop and I'll put it in the refrigerator, and I don't drink it every day. I don't even drink it every week. I just like want a sip of it sometimes. So I have a taste for it. I'll go in there and get me a couple sips or just one sip. And I might not drink it for another week or several more days. And I might just have another sip. It drives him crazy. He cannot take it. He, he just cannot take it. And he's like, you know how long that pop has been there? I'm sure it's been there like a month. I don't care. I don't want a whole pop. I just have a taste for it sometimes. I just get a sip. I'm good. I'm good. I can go on that for a long time. So I mean, I can get a pinch of a brownie too. A pinch of a donut. I'm saying that's how I am. I don't have to have the whole thing. Sometimes I will get the whole thing. Don't misunderstand me. But I balance out whatever else I'm eating too. So I don't live a life of excess where I'm just getting everything I want. I don't do that. But I'll let myself have what I like, as long as it's not illegal. And I'll let myself have a taste of something. If I want it, it takes the edge off of me. I think sometimes when we are always telling ourselves, no, you can't have that, no, you can't do that. Sometimes you just give yourself a little bit of something, you can just keep going and you don't feel all like, oh, I can't have anything anymore. I can't taste this no more. I can't have that. If you just have a tiny bit, if this is bad advice, don't take it. This is how I've learned to live. Because since I became a diabetic, I had a lot of restrictions, when you're diabetic. And it runs in my family. So, you know, um, I got it, it is what it is. But there's so many restrictions about what you can eat, what you cannot eat, what you can do, what you cannot do. So I had to learn, had to find a happy medium. I didn't necessarily want to give up all sweets because I still like sweets. So I eat them in moderation. I just don't. sit down and eat. Y'all won't sit down and eat 10 cookies or 3 or 2. Like, I love pizza. I can't eat a lot of pizza. It's too many calories. I can't do it. But um, moderation is important. Sometimes we give up things. If we could learn to be a little bit more moderate in how we deal with it or how we embrace it, we wouldn't necessarily have to give it up altogether. Then some stuff we never need to do again because the habit was so bad. We never need to deal with it again. We just need to like get that out of our lives and let it stay out forever. But anyway, um, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel pretty happy. I feel at peace with myself. I've been doing a lot of thinking about different people from my past. Um, and I've been thinking about like some stuff that people I knew who did things to me um, when I was younger. Um, let's say my early adult years, late teens, early adult years. And, sometimes people do things to us that hurt us, and we spend the rest of our lives, unless we get it settled and resolved within ourselves or with that person, we still are walking around with that load of mushy, icky stuff. Um, Still full of unforgiveness, still full of blame, still feeling victimized. I passed that barrier a long time ago. I don't allow myself to live in either of those worlds. I can't afford it. It's such a drain on my energy level. I can't. I must address it. I must be able to have happiness and peace in my life. I demand that from myself, and I demand it from the world. I can't make you change to be what I would like you to necessarily be or to become what I would necessarily like for you to become, but I can change how much you impact my world and how much involvement you have in my world that I have control over. And since I want my attitude to be a certain way all the time, if your energy is such that it's taking away from my ability to be positive and to be rational and to be happy, I will dismiss you. Not out of anger or meanness or trying to be vindictive or no, I don't flow in any of that because that doesn't work for me. A lot of people feel real comfortable in being angry and aggressive, um, trying to get revenge, trying to get even, blah 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 blah. I don't. It's just a waste of time. I don't gain anything from it. I don't know what other people get out of it when they're holding grudges. When they're still mad about stuff that happened 100 years ago or maybe 2 months ago. I don't know. I don't know what they get out of it. I don't get anything out of it. Just annoyed and aggravated and unhappy. That's all I get. So I don't want it. So I don't accept that. But anyway, I was thinking about some people who have done some things to me, and some pretty awful stuff actually. And it was done for a long time, and it wasn't done directly to me, but it was done indirectly. But it still affected me greatly. And they knew that, and they didn't care, and they kept doing it. And I was thinking about them, and because I'm free of them, I let that stuff go so long ago. I couldn't even tell you when I stopped thinking about it. But recently, they came kind of back into my world a little bit, in a little sideway, and I looked at the way they were living. In fact, I had run into them. I think it was last fall, and they're living a life of fear, a life of just a life of fear, a life of secrecy. Um, I just, and it hurt me. It hurt me to see that because I was their victim. I really was their victim. But I don't even think about it. But they're still locked up in that. It hurt me so bad to know that we can do things sometimes and make some of the worst choices ever and cause so much pain in other people's lives. And the other person, now, and a lot of times I've seen this plenty, and I'm sure we've all seen this, where people do stuff to us and we won't let it go. We're holding on, and we see them and they're happy as a lark. Hey, how you doing? They don't even think about anything they did to us. They probably don't even remember it. And we're sitting around, not speaking to them, waiting for a day when they finally get theirs or when I can get them back. They don't even remember what they did. There's a lot of that. This one was different because it was like, you did all that stuff to me. It didn't break me. It didn't destroy me. I'm better than ever. I'm still happy. I'm fulfilled. I'm satisfied. You're living in a closet in a world of obscurity, a world of secrecy, and you're not happy. I felt so bad for them because they haven't even had a life. This was from, oh my gosh, this is 20 something years ago. I mean, can you imagine that? That it might have been longer, could have been 30 years or better. And they don't even have a life. They don't even have a life. I could not imagine giving my life up for something like that. They probably never admitted their guilt to the things they did to me in the first place. So if you don't admit you did wrong, you can't repent and forgive yourself, and you can't ask the person to forgive you. Even if you don't ask them to forgive you, if you don't get some kind of peace within your heart about what you did, you're stuck in this hole. How do you live like that? I couldn't imagine living in a world like that, where you can't just go outside and do what you want, talk to who you want, go where you want. You literally live in a life of obscurity, and that's your norm, just because of some things you did. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. I will recommend to anybody, if you've done anything or said anything or didn't say or didn't do something when you knew you needed to, I recommend, if you agree, repent. I'm not talking about you got to pray or anything like that, but I really recommend you acknowledge that you did wrong, first of all, and then ask that person that you wronged to forgive you for what you did. They might not forgive you. They might not. They might laugh in your face. They might say or do something mean to you, but it will take you off the hook. And if they're not available for you to apologize to them, well, that's something else. They may have passed on and maybe live in another country. They may never speak to you. I don't know. Write them a letter and rip it up and throw it away. Get it out of you. Get it off of you. And then let yourself get a fresh start. But don't live a life where you're walking around with all this guilt and shame. That's not living. I wouldn't advise that for anyone. And no matter what you may have done or not done, if I'm talking to anybody in particular, forgive yourself. You made a mistake. Maybe you made a lot of mistakes for a long time, but that's not who you are now. Free yourself. Allow yourself to live. Allow yourself to have dreams and hopes again. Allow yourself to look forward to a happy and, excuse me, and fulfilling life. You deserve it. You suffered long enough, my goodness. But that's all I got for you today, peeps. I love you. You are fabulous. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. You know you my dogs. Peace. Bye bye.